to become operational, I realized that the significant leap of faith for you, for Grace Fellowship, who not only stood with Family Promise, but stood up for Family Promise when the community and the neighbors were afraid and feared what Family Promise really was. And what we would be doing for families in the community. So what I'm here to tell you today is that your leap of faith of jumping in and standing with us has made a significant difference for families. Since we became operational 8 months ago, we've had about 500 calls for help from families. Families who have called us from their cars, families who have called us from hotel rooms, who aren't anywhere at all, that are just literally staying wherever they can on couches, knowing that their time is limited where they are, nothing's stable. And we're talking about families who have children, and about 43% of our families have preschool children. So we're talking little people, not even school-age children. And so the school district so far in the school year has identified over 2,000 students as homeless. 2,000 students as homeless. That's not my number. That's the school district's number. So when folks are coming to school and they have to present the identification of where they live to prove that they can go to that school, they don't have it. They don't have the utility bill or the address on their license to say this is where I live, because they don't have the home. And so you're standing with us, you're taking that leap of faith and not seeing the whole staircase, but having that faith and Family Promise that we would partner with you to help solve the issue of homelessness in this county has made a significant impact. Since becoming operational, we've served 13 families. We're about to enter our 14th family. And of those families, 82% have gone from homelessness into housing. Yeah, amen. Three of those families are veterans, including Janet, who's standing next to me, and she looks like she works for Family Promise. She's one of our families. And so what I hope that you'll leave here today is understanding that the face of family homelessness is probably different than the stereotype that most people think of, or that our neighbors or our community thought of when Family Promise was first coming to the neighborhood, and they said, no, we don't want this here. And you said, yes, we can do this. This is going to make a difference. This is important. Janet is one of our families. Janet is a family who recognized that she was in a situation that she needed help, and she called, and that was so brave of her. She took a risk to call us to say, we need help. I don't know where to go. And we offered her that help. She did all the work. We've done nothing. You help provide the place. We have the resource center where we provide the case management, but she found the job, and she got the job. And she found the house, and she got the house. And she and her son are going to be moving in any day. So they're in our program now, but probably not very long. And we'll be heartbroken when she leaves. But she's going to come back, and we're going to go on tour together. And we recognize the power that we can have in changing the face of homelessness, because it's not what you think. And that fear is what keeps people from helping, because all it's required of you has been your space and some of your time, and right now some of your cost, because you're helping to support us at the resource center, but it's your building that you gave us, and it's just been tremendous in making a difference in our families' lives. And so I leave you today saying thank you for trusting and taking that leap of faith and believing in us and allowing us to make a difference for families. And we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to do it in the South. We're recruiting congregations south. We're recruiting congregations north, because homelessness is a huge issue in Brevard County. We're serving 13 families. There's 2,000 kids who are homeless. 2,000. That's tremendous. Even though we're taking one family at a time, we believe that every family does deserve a home. And you're providing that, so I thank you. And we're going to stay later. We'll be in the cafe that way. And we're going to ask that you come by and say hi, and that if you're able to volunteer, now that we're moving into the resource center, we need your help. We need your body. We need you physically at our site to mentor, to tutor, to provide auto care, haircuts, financial assistance, office help, anything that you think that you might have an hour or two to do, we want you to come by and do it. Because this is your project, this is your outreach, this is your ministry that you've come to, and we want you to be a part of it. It's great to see you, and I see a lot of people that are there all the time, but we want to see all of you there because it's you stood by us, and we're proud of what we've done together. So I thank you. And Janet will be there, and she can tell you more about her story too if you're interested in learning more about it. So thank you, Grace Fellowship.
You're welcome. Amen. Aren't you glad that we're partnering with something like that? I mean, making a big difference. Amen. I think God would have us to be part of the solution, don't you? I mean, it's easy to talk about problems, but it's much more productive to be part of the solution. And I'm glad that God put it in the heart of Grace Fellowship that we can be a part of something that makes a difference in keeping families together. The Resource Center is our current office building, and we have been in transition of moving over into our yellow house next door to the main building here. And Lord willing, we'll be completely moved into the yellow house sometime during this month of June. So then that frees Family Promise to be totally operational in our current office building, which is across the street from our main campus. And so they'll be able to utilize all of the office space, being able to take on more families and helping to make a big difference. And then, of course, our whole staff will be able to be unified. We have half our staff in the yellow house and half in the gray house across the street, so it'll improve us, too, being together. So it's great stuff. Keep praying for God to do great things. Man, I tell you, this time next year, it'd be wonderful to hear that we're helping out 50 families by that time and making a big difference. And so anyway.